So I'm like,
it's
sit,
something fundamental that
doing all the
man.
things I tell my clients not to ever do. Like, don't repeat the command. If they don't know it, you got to go back to the drawing board.
Malinois dogs, bro. Belgian Malinois,
they know it.
Dogs, bro.
And I guess this video is just to kind of show you, like, you know, the beginning stages of it.
Real well-being. Like, pit
She
bulls
offers
a
it,
little bit more
pay it,
strict.
and I'm using a clicker.
But I do need a clicker.
Because I'd like to load a clicker.
It's well-being for anybody watching this.
I'm not the guy that like makes the dog look at my face before I pay him. Just like to use the thing that charges them up. If they're looking at it, fine, they're still engaging with me. I could wait for that. I could wait for that engagement and pay it. Just mix it up. It's not one of those things where I'm too hell-bent on it to start off with, because my main initiative is, hey, my main initiative is just to get her to perform things, because that's basically just how dogs learn. They just learn through patterns and reps. And there's just little nuances. Little nuances to get him to do the things. I'd like for her to just kind of offer it to me with a little bit of bam, and then click and pay.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Because it's like, do something.
I like shit like that, bro. I want to do that for my
dogs.
Dogs
Are like
it's just hard doing that
like
shit.
self-serving animals.
I'll do it. If y'all want to see a video of that shit, I'll do it. I promise you. I got you.
You're always going to use a reward system. Always going to use a reward system, especially towards the beginning. And nice. You see her starting to perform it a little quicker now, because she's starting to put the pieces of the puzzle together. That, you know, performing that behavior is actually getting her paid. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what the learning process is, man. You do this, and you take them through it, and they start to kind of piece it together. And some dogs are better at it than others. I mean, she's a Belgian Malinois. She's extremely intelligent, and there's a reason why certain people use these dogs specifically, you know, to show off and things like that. Because, man, you know, all dogs can learn all the things, but these guys right here,
yeah, all dogs learn fundamental different.
They tend to kind of.
My dog learns fundamental way different.
And I think that's one of the main differences, apart from how extraordinarily driven they are. High drive animals. Probably not a good recommendation for a first-time pet for people. But we're here in a position on our 5-acre property. Good. Where, you know, she has all the room to run. We throw the frisbee. We keep her nice and fulfilled. I'll be honest with you, you know, a part of me feels bad sometimes because I don't really give her as much as I would give her if I wasn't training other people's dogs all the time. If you're in this industry, you could probably relate. Sometimes you get so busy with other people's dogs, you put your own dogs on the back burner. Sits. Good. So then you could start incorporating a command sound after the dog starts to perform it a lot. After the dog starts to put the pieces of the puzzle together, you start to really like what you see. You can name it after the fact. But at the beginning, they don't know what the sound means. The dog has to perform the thing, put the pieces of the puzzle together, and then you could attach a sound to it. Because they're not going to just know what it means. They're not human beings, right? A lot of people think the dogs come pre-wired, like they understand what sit means because you do. It doesn't work like that. You've got to forge the patterns. You've got to have your reward system.
And that's one thing that I'm working on right now with my dog, bro. Is trying to reward her at different times. And try to, I mean, just work with her, bro. Like, keep it focused with her. I mean, sometimes it gets rough. I ain't gonna lie. It get hard sometimes, but I mean, let that shit get to me, man. I know that I got work, I got value, I know what I got respect. I know my respect. You know what I'm saying? Level is come to her and shit.
I'm not gonna pay the cheater. Only ass up in the air. Good. Flop. Double click on the release.
I do need a ticker though. Clicker.
And that's sitting down. I mean, that beginning stages, just focusing on something simple like that. And then it's just repeat. And then somewhere down the line, we could start what's called fading the lure, which means I'm going to be doing less and less of actually using a food lure to get her to perform the thing. And a little bit more of a free shaping strategy. At that point, we may have attached a sound to it. And of course, if you give the command and the behavior isn't performed, I'm not going to sit there and repeat it a million times. I'll probably go closer to her and get her to perform it. So I say, sits. Good, I'd click and pay. But sits. Good, click and pay. Come on, back up. Sits. We'll see. They're really intelligent. She seems to kind of be putting the pieces of the puzzle together pretty quick. Because again, I have not been working this type of shit with her. And at the same time, she's still been an extremely valuable asset to my whole operation here in reference to, that's what's the really interesting part. I always say obedience ties into the relationship, which it certainly does, but we tend to still have a pretty decent relationship together, even though we haven't really worked a lot of obedience.
And that's something that I always want everybody to know.
We can
like,
grow more and more together if I start to get out here
dog, man.
and
First,
do a little bit more of this.
Trying to think, you know, you run this shit.
Which I certainly intend.
If your dog running, man, like your dog running.
They
know what they're supposedly. I still learn. I know that. Now I know that my dog does that shit a lot.
You know,
so
this is a great life. She's performing. I'm gonna pay her. But it's one of those extremely stressful, high volume. Don't get to clock out and put my feet up. From the time I wake up to the time I go to bed, I'm training dogs. I'm moving dogs around because we also offer boarding. So I constantly have boarding dogs. I'm constantly taking care of dogs. And when you care about what you do, you're constantly making sure everybody's safe, and you have to be calculated, especially if you take a multitude of different types of dogs, that some dogs can't be real dogs. So it's just a lot, you know, and I don't stop working essentially until I go to bed. There's parts of the day where, especially now that it's hot, all the dogs are in the air-conditioned kennel room and they're just chilling, and I'm in the house kind of like taking my breaks. But it's just one of those things where like I got to go back to work in an hour, got to go back to work all the way till I go to bed. So there's like pros and cons to this thing, and I don't think I would have it any other way. And that duration, that session, that's done. Like that's as long as I'm going to work her, because I'm not trying to burn her drive out. She was relatively hungry because she hadn't had dinner yet. I just basically gave her dinner in one session, and then that would be the end of it. In case some of you guys are wondering, well, how long do you do your session? 5 to 10 minutes, and that's a wrap.
This is the thing too, chat. I'm gonna tell you.
The dog ends up
this is the
getting
thing too.
Out
With my dog, I'm gonna start spinning. Hey, I'm gonna start spinning it up now. I'm gonna start doing like we used to do: feed her every daytime, morning time, and that's it. Let her fed the rest of the day, and then eat at night type shit. On God, every time, so she get the nutrients that she actually needs, and stop forcing her to eat. You know what I mean? So I get it. I'm gonna start doing that shit real talk. Switching it up a little bit. It's good to switch it up.
Start practicing bad habits.
Too much.
You just want to take advantage of that 5 to 10 because that's when they're most eager to work anyway. And then boom, you bring them back out and you do it again and again. And for those of you at home that have 1, 2 dogs, you're not like me, you got freaking 20 dogs to take care of and train all the time. I personally don't think you have any excuse. Everybody has a few moments a day to train their 1 dog, 2 dogs. Like that is nothing. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, that's just the content that I have for you right now because that's just what I was doing at the time. If you appreciate the content and want to support and get some more detailed videos, you have more access to me, more questions that you can ask me specifically. You can subscribe to my Patreon page. I'll link that in the description below. Appreciate you watching. I'm Captain Chad, right here in beautiful,
stay tuned, man.
Cool Southern California, Corona to be exact. You can tell your mama, your daddy, your uncle, your sister, your cousin that we got this property over here, and we've been doing a lot of great things here for about 3 years now. So anyway, that's all I got for you today. Stay tuned for the next one. If you got any requests or anything like that, let me know. Give me some ideas for content.
Man, take notes. Always take value on what you want and what you
want. Over there taking a shit.
And what you want to have as a kennel, as a count, anything, bro. So I was gonna take notes.
I need to get some art on this wall by like tomorrow.
Real, motherfuckers, man. I take care. Keep working with your dog. Keep growing and keep winning in life. That's all we doing. That's all we pushing. Let's go. I'm out here. Nothing bad to say by nobody.